Good morning, everyone. Today I have to run some errands and some grocery shopping, and I'll be putting out a video today, and I'd like to talk about that. It's all about the plans and projects that I have to finish before the summer ends that I started last year, and then I will be showing you the fruit trees I have that are actually in bloom now, and they are very beautiful. So I just have to give you an update on that, and then I will be talking about some garden maintenance that I have to do in spring. So enjoy it. This is my rockery, and I started redoing it last year, but then I had a knee injury, so I had to stop because I can't carry heavy buckets of soil. I have to dig out a little more, and then I will be putting some textile under, and then some gravel for drainage, and then I will be mixing another kind of substrate here because I don't like the alpine plants to grow very fast. This is also one of my projects, but it's not much to do anymore. I renovated this playhouse for our grandson 2 years ago, and I painted some frogs here. This is another animal here that I didn't get finished. I think they call it liguan. My grandson wanted to paint the eyes, so I was waiting for him to come back. But COVID came, so they're still waiting for him. Maybe I can finish it, at least everything else except for the eyes. He wanted to paint the eyes. And of course I have to put the tail there along or at the post. This playhouse was built by my husband 34 years ago. So this is another one that I painted. It's the giraffe head. And I'm planning to paint something else in one of the walls. This is the north wall here, where I'm hanging my hoses, and I'd like to paint something else there too. So those are my projects. So these are more soil that I took off from the rockery. It has to be transferred there, and under is actually a sand box for the kids. This is my Asian pear, and as you can see, it's full of blossoms. I was worried that it won't have any this year because it suffered a lot of breakage last year from the storm. But as you can see, I cut a lot, just try to form it, and it seems like I will have a lot of Asian pear this year. I just hope that the temperatures will not be too low, that it start frosting, then I won't have any. This is the cherry, and as you can see, the blossoms are starting to open up too. And as you can see, it's full, so a lot of cherries this year too. This is the apple tree, and it's full of blossoms. And this will look very pretty when they start opening up. And I will make sure to take a video and show you that. I will have to take down, if you can see it, the trap I have here, that little house there. I have to change the pheromone capsules. It's a trap for the cuddling moth. I don't like to use chemicals in the garden, so I use the pheromone capsules to attract this moth. Look at the bird up there. This is a wild pear. They have very small fruits. I can actually use them to make marmalade, but I just leave them for the birds. This is the fig tree, and as you can see, the figs are already coming out from the branches. And the first thing I thought the first time was, where did the flowers go? But these are actually the flowers. They are just inverted flowers. And I'm not a professional gardener or horticulturist, but I was so confused, and I checked Google and read about it. And figs are inverted flowers, and they are getting pollinated by a special kind of wasp. And the process is just so fascinating. So if you're interested, you should check that out. This is the mulberry, black mulberry tree, and it's always the latest among the trees I have here. So it's just starting to show some buds, leaf buds that are coming out, very small ones. But in a week, there will be more foliage here. To do some garden maintenance here. So I'll be spraying the roses with this, it's a common horsetail plant extract. So I'll dilute it with water and I will spray all the roses with it. It's supposed to keep them healthy, and I have to do that once a week within 3 weeks. So then I'll be opening up my compost so it can start drying up. Hopefully it will be a sunny day tomorrow. And it's just fertilizing, and I will be digging some seedlings that I find every springtime here all over the garden, and transferring them to places I'd like them to grow. And then yeah, just a little weeding probably, and it will be enough for today, I guess. These are my composters. I have 2 of them, and I already opened this other one so it can dry. I keep it 2 years before I sift it, so I would be sifting this one this year and then transferring those old ones, the branches and everything under, and then I will be sifting the other one next year. So I will be doing that, and I still have some compost from last year here, so it's piled up in that corner. So this is my sifter, and the final ones I will be fertilizing the flower beds and my vegetable garden, and the rest that's not very fine I will be fertilizing the shrubs, putting it under the yews and some flowering shrubs I have here. So I'll be doing that as soon as it turns warmer and sunnier here.